Okay, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
It's Some Dumb Guy, and welcome to episode 38 of SumDumWatch, celebrating 38 weeks of watching dumbly. This be my weekly series where I chronicle what I've watched from my physical media library and any theatrical attendances I happen to attend. I keep doing that. This episode will cover the week of June 16th through June 22nd, and let's see what we watched this week, shall we? We're going to start off with a sampling from my Star Trek 4K collection. I did myself a little Star Trek II Wrath of Khan viewing. I needed some relaxing, almost background noise, half paying attention while I was focusing on some other things where I didn't have a whole lot of concentration or energy to focus into it. And sometimes I like to have something familiar play, so it doesn't matter if I've, how much attention I'm putting on it, because I've seen it 347 times and it's just there for familiarity, background noise, etc., etc. You know how it goes. Next up, it's a recent acquisition and featured on an unboxing video I did not too long ago. This is the Criterion Collection DVD release of Armageddon, purchased for the sole purpose of getting to watch the director's cut of this film, because apparently this is the only release that has featured it. It's a very unusual disc setup. It's kind of got a multi-deal flap. Okay, so you get booklet, disc 1, disc 2, and there it is. To put it bluntly, this is going back up on eBay where I found it. It's not staying in the library. I see absolutely no reason to keep this. There's no value to it whatsoever. The director's cut is a joke. Armageddon is not anything anybody would probably ever consider to be a brilliant film. It's great popcorn fun. It's got a really awesome score, I think. It's got some really solid, heartfelt, touching moments in it. Great humor. But it was a 1998 summer popcorn flick. And we love it for that. We don't praise it for anything more than that. This 153-minute director's cut, which I don't know how long the theatrical cut ran, but it was probably 152 minutes. I don't know the purpose of this. It's completely useless. I think I tallied something about 47 minutes worth of playtime before there was any additional non-theatrical footage shown. And essentially in every case, whatever footage was shown was added dialogue scene or extended dialogue scene from something that was already there. There were, I think, 2 brand new scenes in it that might have lasted 30 seconds to a minute, give or take, a piece. None of it really added anything to the story at all. You get a scene of Oscar going to church to pray, mostly for his team, to give them a little bit of extra oomph for their mission, occurring the same night that everybody else goes out to party for one last hurrah before taking off. And it's ironic because Oscar is pretty much the first person to perish in this film. You get, again, on that same night, you get a scene of Bruce Willis's character Harry going to visit his, as before, unseen father to have a brief conversation with him. Okay. And then there's a couple additional dialogue scenes, extended dialogue scenes from something's already there. The conversation between Harry and Truman just prior to their launch, that's extended a little bit. And then the conversation between Harry and Grace at the end of the film when Harry's saying goodbye. A couple seconds of extended dialogue there. It's like, and I think those 4 inserts are about it. I didn't notice anything else as many times as I've seen the film. So, very disappointed. Shouldn't have much of a trouble getting my money back. If this had any collector value, might be the only reason why I'd want to hold on to it. But I don't even think it really has much of that. So, thumbs down. Yeah. Don't know why. Next up, we have something I had never seen before. So this was a blind watch from a not so recent blind buy off of a Kino floorburst sale I had made back in the early days when I first started purchasing them directly. But this is my 4K of Out of Sight, starring George Clooney, Jennifer Lopez, and, because I'm drawing a blank right now, Albert Brooks is in this. I don't remember Albert Brooks being in this. Dennis Farina, I remember him. Okay, Don Cheadle, Ving Rhames. Yep. Albert Brooks was in this? This is based on an Elmore Leonard novel. And who's directed this bad boy here? Steven Soderbergh. It didn't particularly feel like a Steven Soderbergh film, but it did feel like an Elmore Leonard story, and it has a very stylized narration to it. It's kind of surface level fluff in a lot of ways. Jennifer Lopez, probably the worst acting I've ever seen from her, ever. This might be in her early days because this is from 1998. I don't know how far back she went in her acting career, but this feels very much like, oh, hey, this is my debut film role. I haven't seen a lot with her in it, but this was pretty bad. Actually, she's the absolute weakest link in this particular movie. But fun, stylized, not quite a heist movie, but there's a lot of that kind of element woven into it. George Clooney, of course. George Clooneying. Oh, that's right. That's who Albert Brooks played. I didn't click that this was actually Albert Brooks when I was watching the movie. That's too funny. Okay, never mind. Yeah, like I said, it's just a good fun movie. It's nothing to write home about, but it's good. It's fun. It's stylized. I like the tone. It is time to say goodbye. It is time to say goodbye and farewell to our good friends, the Dynamic Four. Seinfeld, Season 9. I watched the finale. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this episode. It's got some great callbacks. It has some good thematic elements that tie things together at the end. A lot of cameo guest stars from previous characters that have come and gone over 9 seasons. Could have had more, could have had less. A silly episode. Very silly indeed. I didn't really realize this before. Everybody's looking down except for Kramer. He's looking. I'll be staring at George's head or just let the rest of them in total. I don't know. But yeah, this is great. I just got a new 4K player. I swapped out my Sony for a Panasonic. I did go with their lower end player, but I've been hearing so many words from 4K enthusiasts that just Panasonic players in general are superior to the Sonys. And since I've had so many problems with my Sony player, the skipping, the pausing, the jumping, and that was a particular problem with my Seinfeld set. I unfortunately only got to watch the last 2 episodes on it, so I might just randomly pop in some stuff in the next week or 2 just to give a sampling and see how well. I've been trying to focus a lot more on 4K viewing overall since I made that purchase. because I just want to see how well this Panasonic player is going to handle the discs. Playability seems so far to be better. I haven't had any pausing or jumping issues, although I almost thought I was experiencing them with this, because this movie does a lot of funny scene pausing when it's doing a scene transition, but the soundtrack, the music, the score, and everything is still active. So first I'm like, oh crap, my player's frozen. Well, wait, no, I'm still hearing something, and then it transitions into a new scene. But the player itself, like I said, it operates and functions. Its playback seems to be solid so far, but the player itself physically has every appearance of being really cheap. The tray opening and closing sounds really flimsy. The remote on this thing is horrific. The user interface, the UI on this thing is pathetically bad. I still haven't figured out every operation on it as far as how things function. I need to pull out the manual, I guess, and read up, which I never thought I'd actually have to do to learn how to use a remote on a player. But there's certain functions and features. I mean, turning on the captions, for example, is not just as quick as pressing a button as in every other VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K player I've ever owned. It's just quick, simple press of a button. No, this one you got to go to a menu. It's like, oh boy. But function over form. If it performs, plays my discs well, that'll be that. That'll be the deciding factor. So now that Seinfeld is done, rant over, what do? I got 0 participation and suggestions from my viewing audience as far as what to watch for a TV show for my new rotation. But needed something. So after much deliberation, I chose 2. A quick and short and a long run. My quick and short is going to be this one. This is the complete series of Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is an ironic choice for me, not only for watching, but the fact that I own it, because, hot take, I'm not an Evil Dead fan at all. I own all the 3 movies, Evil Dead 2, and Army Darkness. I've never particularly liked them from the first time I saw them. I bought them to give them a rewatch because I hadn't seen them in many years. Thinking because my taste had evolved that maybe I might develop an appreciation for them. Not so much. Another hot take, maybe even a worse one, is I actually prefer the Evil Dead 2010, I think, remake over Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2 is almost a remake of Evil Dead. I understand that, even though it doesn't quite work that way. It certainly doesn't work as a sequel. But yeah, I actually prefer the more serious tone of the remake from 2010 over any of the original Sam Raimi stuff. So getting this and at least getting the impression that this ignores the second and third movie and is just a sequel to that movie alone is interesting. But I've already gone halfway through season 1 of this, and there's 3 seasons, so it's 10 episodes per season, I think. And I'm 5 episodes in, so 5 out of 30, not too bad. We'll get through that one relatively quick. I'm not disliking this. I'm not hating it. It's there. It gives me an occasional laugh. It doesn't take itself seriously at all, and I wouldn't have expected it to, but feels really cheap. But, you know, it's a watch. Last but not least, this is going to be my second ongoing TV show. The long run. This is season 1 of Person of Interest. And this is one of the, at least the first season, is something I've had in my library prior to buying the complete collection for quite a while. Which is one of the reasons why I chose it, because it's like it's been here, and it's been sitting here, and it's been sitting here. I think I caught a couple episodes on TV initially when it was first airing. My introduction to it, it was recommended by a friend. He showed it to me, introduced me to it, and like what I saw, bought the first season, watched the first episode, pilot, never got any further. A year or 2 later, decided to revisit it, got through the first 4 episodes, and then stopped. I don't know why. But as of right now, for this week, I am now 7 episodes into it and enjoying it very much. and have now committed to continuing it through its 5-season run. I think it was 5 seasons. I have it all, so we're going to do that. And we'll run through both simultaneously, and then stop once Ash vs. Evil Dead's finished, and then focus just on Person of Interest and movies until Person of Interest is done. Anyway, that's it. I did not make it to the theater this week. There's not a whole lot playing that I haven't seen that I'm still interested in. I think currently maybe my only candidate will be 28 Years Later. I'm on the fence about it because I've only seen 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later once a piece, and only when they were new and never since. And because Blu-rays have been out of print for years, and I don't want to go back and buy the DVDs at a cheaper price, I don't really have much in the way of options there. And I don't necessarily feel like going to watch 28 Years Later without any kind of solid recollection of the previous two is going to be a real fitting use of my time. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm thinking there's going to be something else opening up this coming week that might take priority anyway. We're still pending, so. Hey, sugar. Anyway, that's what I've watched for this week. What'd you think? Let me drop some words in the word box. Say hi to Sugar. She was just passing through and I snagged her up. She's a cutie. What did you all watch this week yourself? Word box, fill it, use it, make it happen. Thank you once again for joining me, and I will see you on my next video. Take care and good night. Bye-bye.
Alan.